Inhabited by humans since the Paleolithic, numerous peoples lived in the Italian peninsula, including Etruscans, Latins, Samnites, Umbri, Cisalpine Gauls, and Ligurians. Early people settled in the Po Valley, Tuscany, Sardinia, Montepoggiolo, Sassi di Matera, and Sicily. Otzi the Iceman survives from then, and he was found on the Austria-Italy border. The Nuraghe in Sardinia and southern Corsica left numerous towers. Around 2000 BC, the Ligures occupied most of northwest Italy. The Greek and Phoenician arrivals in Sicily swelled the already native groups, the Elimi in the west, the Sicani in the centre, and the Seychelles in the east. From the 8th century BC, Greeks and Phoenicians settled the coast of Sicily and southern Italy. The Greeks created what was Magna Graecia, bringing Greek culture, Greek language and traditions. The new Greek cities, Neapolis, Naples, Syracuse, Akragas, Agrigento, and Sybaris in Calabria became rich and powerful. The Etruscan civilization in central Italy expanded from 800 BC, and they profited from mining of copper and iron. They soon clashed with Greek settlers in Magna Graecia in the 6th century BC. The founding myth of Rome claims twin brothers Romulus and Remus, descendants of the Trojan prince Aeneas, created the city in 753 BC. Natale di Roma, birthday of Rome, is celebrated on the 21st of April. The Kingdom of Rome was founded in 753 BC, and it became a republic by 509 BC. The Roman Republic unified Italy and dominated Western Europe, North Africa, and the Near East. By 540 BC, Carthage expanded across the western Mediterranean. It weakened the Greeks and the Etruscans. In 480 BC, Carthage was defeated by an alliance of Magna Graecia cities led by Syracuse. Hiero, tyrant of Syracuse, defeated the Etruscans at the Battle of Cumae in 474 BC until 500 BC, when Etruscia finally became Roman. Rome was destroyed, along with its records, by the Gauls as they sacked the city around 390 after the Battle of Allia. In the 3rd century BC, Rome defeated Carthage after 3 punishing Punic Wars. Rome gained Hispania, Spain, Sicily and North Africa. They defeated Pyrrhus of Epirus in 275 BC, ended up controlling the south, as well as overwhelming various Samnite uprisings. By the 2nd century BC, the Romans dominated the Mediterranean, and the Roman and Greek cultures began to mix. The 1st century BC Roman Republic was a tense place. The Romans beat back attacks from German tribes. Julius Caesar agreed a deal with Marcus Licinius Crassus and Pompey. Julius Caesar set up a dictatorship in Rome in 49 BC and was promptly murdered in 44 BC. Octavian, Mark Antony and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus jockeyed for control. Mark Antony travelled to be with his lover Cleopatra. After Octavian annihilated the Egyptian forces at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, Mark Antony and Cleopatra committed suicide. The Roman Empire enjoyed undisputed naval supremacy. The Atlantic coasts, the Mediterranean, the Red Sea and the Black Sea. The Roman Empire from 27 BC advanced Western culture, philosophy, science and art. All peoples across Italy progressively enjoyed Roman citizenship and adopted Latin language and culture. Octavian became Emperor Augustus of the Roman Empire in 27 BC. The name August is named after him. The Romans violently ended numerous insurrections in Judea in 70 AD. The Colosseum of Rome was completed in 80 AD, one of the new 7 world wonders of the world, and it was funded through the sacking of Jerusalem. This was the golden age of Latin literature, with poets like Virgil, Horace, and Ovid. Emperor Diocletian divided Italy into provinces. The Roman Empire was at its zenith under Trajan in AD 117. During the 1st and the 2nd centuries, Roman legions confronted Germanic tribes to the north and the Parthian Empire to the east. The Roman Empire was divided into east and west in 396. The western part suffered economic, political crises and barbarian invasions until the last western emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by Odoacer in 476. In turn, Odoacer was killed by Theodoric the Ostrogoth in 493. Armies of the eastern portion, led by Emperor Justinian, tried to re-establish imperial Roman rule during the Gothic Wars, but this only resulted in famine and disease. The Lombards, a Germanic tribe, dominated vast regions of northern Italy. They seized Ravenna in 751 and ended Byzantine rule in northern Italy. A worried papacy appealed to the Franks for support as the Lombard forces marched on Rome. The Franks defeated the Lombards in 774, creating the Papal States, ruled by the Pope. Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in 800 AD in Rome until his death, which resulted in huge instability. Islam spread from North Africa and the Middle East, and attacks began in the south as the powers consolidated in the north into city-states. Saracen emirates were founded in Bari in 847 and Sicily from 831. Increased trade in the 11th century restored economic growth as the papacy sought to assert its authority against secular rulers. They reached a key compromise that secular rulers could manage non-religious matters. French Pope Urban II called for the First Holy War in 1095, instructing all Christian forces to support the Byzantine Empire to retake Jerusalem and the Holy Land. This was the first of 8 major campaigns and seriously stoked the economy of Italy as waves of troops passed through. The Lombard League in the north struggled for independence from the Holy Roman Empire, defeating Emperor Frederick Barbarossa at the Battle of Legnano in 1176. The Normans occupied the Lombard, Arab and Byzantine possessions in the south. In 1130, Roger II of Sicily became the first king of the Norman Kingdom of Sicily. He rolled out strong, centralised government. The Norman Kingdom survived Byzantine attacks until 1194, when Sicily was claimed by the German Hohenstaufen dynasty. 12th and 13th century city-states resisted both church control and imperial power. The power of commerce in the independent merchant states led to artistic and intellectual evolution, which would become the Renaissance. Marco Polo completed his long travels, opening European trade routes to Central Asia and China. The republics of Florence, Lucca, Genoa, Venice and Siena cultivated their self-rule with their newfound wealth. Major financial and commercial centres, innovating banking practices which simplified the borrowing of money and international payments. Between the 10th and 13th centuries, the maritime republics of Venice, Genova, Pisa, Amalfi, Ragusa, Ancona, Gaeta and Noli built fleets of ships to defend their cities, defend their trade routes across the Mediterranean. These trade routes were exploited during the Crusades. Join me for part 2. Click here to get even closer to Italy and Sicily.